Alright, ladies and gentlemen, back here, second quarter action here at Atascocita versus Humboldt. So the Eagles versus the Wildcats. The Eagles are the home team, whereas the Wildcats are the away team. Of course, both teams play in Humboldt ISD, so there's not truly a home versus away type of team. So it looks like Baker, the three, going to hit one in stride, very close to that first down marker. We're going to see exactly where they place the ball. Looks like about second and about two.
Picking up 8, it'll be second 2.
Okay, so the Wildcats at their own 38-yard line. Looks like Baker, the three, once again, kind of quarterbacking the Wildcats, so they're kind of going back and forth. So we have trips flanked to the far side of the field, one flanked on the near side. So Baker, the three, is actually going to go and easily get that first down. So looking at the difference between Baker, the third, and Barajas is that Baker, the third, definitely a little bit bigger of a quarterback than Barajas overall. So we're going to look. They're showing Baker 5'8", 190. And then Barajas is 5'10", 180. So I guess that's the difference of Baker, the three, being 2 inches shorter than Barajas, but Barajas being a little bit lighter. So you're kind of seeing the difference, what 2 inches kind of brings to the table here. 11-12, so only 48 seconds have elapsed in the second quarter. So first half action here in Humboldt ISD Turner Stadium on a Thursday evening. So we're going to see if we can pull up some scores here.
While we have this official timeout, just to remind everyone, tomorrow night here at Turner Stadium at 7 o'clock, we'll have another 21-6A sister game. Keywood Mustangs will take on the Summer Creek Bulldogs. That's number 73 down, Travion McKinney. Let's hope everything's okay.
Alright, so Baker, the third, at about the 45, their own 45-yard line. Twins flanked to either side. Baker, the third, kind of talking to his offensive line. And it looks like a timeout is going to be called on the Wildcats. So now both teams have 2 timeouts remaining, so with 10:44 to go, that definitely is plenty of time to be able to use those timeouts. Okay, so here we go. Baker, the three, gonna hit the wide out, but literally right as he caught the ball, there's about 2 or 3 Atascocita Eagles all over that one.
6.
All right, so pretty much midfield, we are going to see exactly what the Wildcats can do. So Baker, the 3, definitely going to see that they are definitely very run heavy with Baker, the 3 in overall. So Barajas, you're seeing that Barajas definitely seeing that you're throwing a lot more with him. Baker, the 3, a little more of a kind of similar to a running back. You're definitely seeing him like a running back with the ability to throw with Baker, the 3rd. So trips flanked to the near side of the field. Ball is placed at the 46-yard line, so they are in Eagles territory. So Baker, the 3, is going to go, and he is going to get a little bit past the 45, and that looks like that is going to be, we're going to see how close they are. Actually, that is a moving of the chains. That would be first down. So great job there overall. So 9:20 to go in the second quarter. So Wildcats trying to see if they can get on the scoreboard. Eagles, on the other hand, looking to see if they can contain those Wildcats. Alright, so ball here is placed at the 45-yard line, and they are going to see how they're going to set this up. Okay, so actually it's going to be 4th and 1, so that was not a first down. Baker, the 3, going to call his own number, and we'll see if he got forward progress. Not exactly sure if he did get that. Okay, it does look like the referee or headline judge signaled that that is first down for the Wildcats. So you're definitely seeing Baker kind of like similar to what Tebow was doing over there in Florida and later for the Broncos, kind of seeing, like I said, kind of a bigger type of running back type that has the ability to pass to see if they can keep the defense honest. So ball is at the 44-yard line. So Baker, the 3rd, in a little bit of trouble, and he is going to get hit hard. Ball is going to be fumbled, and then number 6 is actually going to take it. So luckily for the Wildcats, it took a Wildcat bounce so that they were not able to turn that ball over. So we got Spring to Caney with a 40-0 lead over Aldine. Spring Westfield 14-0 over Aldine Eisenhower. Trying to see if we can find any more. Cypress Ridge on the other side of a 21-7 score against Houston Memorial. All right, so ball's at the 41-yard line, so they're going to hand the ball off to not a whole lot of running room whatsoever. So you're really seeing the hustle there on the Atascocita Eagle side. So number 21 and 23, a nice little 1-2 punch for the Atascocita Eagles. So that is number 21, which is Kassian Parker, and of course Jaden Dukos. So like I said, a very good 1-2 punch, kind of reminiscent of the Bash Brothers. So great job there. Looks like the edge rusher in number 21, whereas Dukos is the middle linebacker. So under 7 minutes to go, 8-0 is the score. We're going to see if the Wildcats are able to kind of try to get some points on this scoreboard. So at their own 40, or correct, that Eagles 40, and you're really seeing Number 4 basically laying the wood. That is Braylon Conley, the 6 foot, 175-pound defensive back.
Gonna bring up a 4th and 1 from the
Okay,
35-yard
so
line.
pretty much they're going to go for it. We're going to see exactly what play they're going to conjure up. So the clock continues to run under 6:30. Play clock at 18 seconds. So definitely they still got some time to figure things out. Last time they had a 4th down conversion, they just got the quarterback to kind of do a little bit of a quarterback draw. So we're going to see if they're going to do that or if they're going to try to get a little elaborate. So they're going to once again call another timeout, and that's going to bring them down to 1 timeout left. So halfway through this second quarter, the Wildcats only have 1 timeout left, whereas Atascocita still has 2. So some other games around the state, we got Katy Tompkins up 14-0 over Morton Ranch, and then in the Dallas kind of Fort Worth area, South Lake Carroll, that is in the top 6. They are leading Keller Central by a score of 21-0. Kind of looking up South Houston beating up on Pasadena Rayburn by the score of 28-0. And Houston Lamar leading Houston Sam Houston by the score of 35-0. And Cy-Fair leading 43-0 over Houston Northbrook. So 6 minutes to go, 4th and 1 opportunity. So they're going to do a read option, and that is going to be a turnover on downs most likely, as Atascocita pretty much had that snipped from the onset.
Leading the way inside, number 8, Markwell Dorsey Abram. And the Eagles with that stop by that.
That is going to be turnover on downs. So with 5:53 to go in the second quarter, first half action, with 2 timeouts on their side of things, they literally are going to be in some pretty favorable field position. They're going to start at their own 35-yard line. So like I said, with under 6 minutes to go and 2 timeouts, they definitely have enough time to conjure up an offensive drive that is going to lead to a touchdown, a potential touchdown. So Brown from his own 35, Twins flanked out to the near side, 5 in motion towards the far side of the near side, or correct that the other way around. Going to hand the ball off to 6. 6 is going to get about a 4 or 5 yard gain, so not a bad little run there for number 6, and that is going to be Torrey Blaylock for the Eagles.
It'll be 2nd and 5.
So at their own 40-yard line. So Brown looking at his offensive coordinator. So Brown, Twins flanked on either side. 1 running back flanked behind him. Play action. Brown fell in a little bit of pressure. He is on the run, and he's basically just going to throw that out of bounds. So that is bring up a 3rd and 5 opportunity for the Atascocita Eagles.
Mauricio. It'll be 3rd down.
All right, play clock under 20, now under 15 seconds. Brown kind of looking over. Possible audible there by Brown. So Brown, shotgun formation, going to double pump it. And then he's going to decide to go run towards the far side of the field. He's going to easily get the first down. He's going to probably get that first down by about a few yards. So great kind of field presence and awareness there by Brown of kind of seeing there is not an open receiver downfield. Instead, calling his own number and kind of going against the grain, running against his body. So approaching midfield, so ball is going to be at about the 48-yard line. Brown with two wideouts flanked to the near side of the field. They're going to hit 5 in stride 5 with a little bit of gas, and he's going to go to about the 40 is where I think they're going to flank him. So 4:58 to go. Like I said, pretty much like clockwork. Only 2 minutes have elapsed, and they still got 2 timeouts on their side of things. It's a very commanding offensive presence there by the Atascocita Eagles. You're seeing down on the Atascocita side that the field goal kicker is kind of warming up just in case 14 in motion. Brown going to hand the ball off to 6. 6 going to cut in misdirection and is going to get inside the 30.
Down to the 27-yard line. First down, Eagle.
Okay, Brown going to do some play action and do a little RPO. Going to go against his body on the far side of the field. Going to take a little bit of a hit. Actually, the helmet pops off.
Number 8, Johnny Smith for the Cats. Zion Brown picks up about 2.
So now, definitely overall with what's going on in the NFL with the Tua Tagovailoa and other things, a lot more awareness somewhat with the concussion protocol as a possibility. So 4:17 to go in this first half, second quarter. Finally, a timeout there by Atascocita. 1 timeout left for either team, so 4:17 to go. We're actually going to see what they're going to drop with 25 yards left for a potential touchdown to close out this first half. So Houston Lamar kind of adding to that lead. Now they are up 42-0. Katie Taylor up on Maid Creek 21-3. Katie Tompkins on top over Morton Ranch by a score of 21-0. South Lake Carroll still up 21-0 over Keller Central. 23-14. Klein Kane over Klein Oak. And then we have Prosper up 28-6 over McKinney Boyd. South Houston 28 over Pasadena Rayburn by a score of 28-7. A little some San Antonio action as well across the board. A little bit of Austin teams overall. So let's see, and they are going to get a little bit of a run there. So great job there by number 6, and that's going to be Blaylock. So phenomenal play there overall. So 4:10 to go. Clock continues to run, approaching 4 minutes on the clock, with Atascocita still having 1 timeout left. So Brown now at the 15-yard line, 5 in motion, and he is going to hit Blaylock with the RPO. Blaylock doing a great job stiff arming, and he's going to get inside the 10 by about the 7-yard line. So great job there, powerful running there by Blaylock. Shaping up to be a game between Lingham Creek and Cypress Springs, so a score of 19-17 with Lingham Creek over Cypress Springs at the moment. So about the 7-yard line. So Brown going to hand off to Blaylock. So Blaylock basically 2 or 3 plays in a row. So he's definitely going to need a little bit of a breather there overall. So over 3 minutes to go in this first half, second quarter action. Each team has about 1 timeout, so Atascocita kind of wanting to use that timeout at a very pivotal moment of the second quarter. So Brown with 2 running backs, 1 flanked on either side. Don't see that formation too often. Twins flanked to the near side. Brown quickly going to hit 14 in stride, and he is going to get sandwiched in there for the touchdown. So great job there by Atascocita, and that is actually going to be Claude Slaughter, the 6'2", 165-pounder for Atascocita. You were seeing they were going a lot to Gill earlier in the ball game, and now they are going to slaughter overall. So with 2:39, like we said earlier, Atascocita, for the most part, goes for the 2-point conversion every time, but it looks like they are now going to go for the extra point, up 14-0 in this contest. So the extra point kicker going to go, and he splits the uprise. That is going to make the score now 15-0 in favor of the Atascocita Eagles. Looks like it'll be 18 for Atascocita, Yusuf Ibrahim, the 6'4", 174-pounder. So the kicker, he is a senior. He is going to set up is Ibrahim. Ibrahim going to go a high end over end, kind of a shallow kick filled in about the 19-yard line. Hitting the corner, now has some daylight here. Ooh, great job there by Ibrahim. So Ibrahim, like I said, for a kicker, usually don't see kickers that big. So Ibrahim kind of built like a somewhat on the thinner side of a prototypical quarterback. And Ibrahim does not hold back any punches, as usually sometimes you'll see the kickers and punters don't exactly like contact. It looked like Ibrahim kind of relished in that possibility. So ball is going to be at the, 47-yard line. So the Wildcats in their own territory. So they are back in business with Baker the third as their quarterback. So we haven't seen Barajas that much after the first few drives. So Twins flanked on either side, 2:31 to go, 15-0 is the score. So Baker the third kind of looking at his wrist. Twins flanked either side, like I said. And they're going to look like finally their last timeout is going to be called. That's going to be called on the Wildcats. The coach not exactly too happy that they had to call a timeout in that pivotal moment. But with 1st and 10 now with 2:31 to go, we're going to see if the Wildcats can try to see if they can potentially put up a field goal, if not a touchdown. They'll try to see if they can get try to make this game somewhat a closer game than it already looks. Okay, so 2:31 to go in the second quarter. So 0 timeouts left for the offensive team. 1 left for Atascocita. It's a little RPO style, and Atascocita kind of all over that like a pack of wolves and a three-legged cat. So clock continues to run. So a little over 2 minutes to go. So play clock is at 35. And the game clock is at 2:13. So not exactly sure if the Wildcats are going to try to drain the clock or instead they're going to try to use that to their advantage. So 2 minutes, definitely enough time to put up some potential points here for the Wildcats. So at their own 47. So Baker the 3 in some trouble, and he's going to duck out a few tackles, and he's finally get brought down, but he's going to finally cross midfield. So he is now in Eagle territory. So with under 2 minutes to go, we're going to see if the Wildcats can try to put some points on this scoreboard. Okay, so exactly at midfield, over 1 minute to go. And we're going to see, so play clock down to 4, 3, 2. So they hiked it at about with 2 seconds left. Baker, the 3, just trying to see what he can do. And he actually looks like they're going to move the chains, but not a whole lot. So I think what they do is they temporarily stop the clock so they can reset the down markers, and then the clock will now continue to run as we speak. So under 25 seconds now on the play clock, 38 seconds on the game clock. Low snap, Baker the 3, gonna hit number 15 on the far side of the field. So definitely you're seeing Atascocita playing prevent defense. So you're kind of getting some another way to word that is the quarterback's getting it's thrown around more in the NFL, but it's that kind of garbage yards. So he's kind of padding his stats as we speak because the Atascocita Eagles are playing prevent and just basically want to put everything in front of them and try to prevent a potential touchdown here. So Baker, the 3, kind of looking at his offensive coordinator on the far side of the field. 15-0 is the score with the Eagles on top. So Eagles have 6-0 is actually 6th ranked, and 6-0 is the record for the Eagles. So Baker, the 3, is gonna just kind of go in and out of the hands of number 15. So with 28 seconds to go, is going to bring up third and about, let's say, about 2 yards. So ball is now at the 32. So the Wildcats are in Eagle territory. We're going to see, not exactly sure. Sometimes you don't really know how strong the high school kickers' legs are in terms of a possible field goal attempt. So they might just try to see and go for broke for a potential touchdown. So 32-yard line. So Baker, there was no inclination whatsoever that he was going to throw that one, as he literally, as soon as he hiked the ball, he immediately moved forward. So let's see here. So now they're going to probably spike the ball here. That's exactly what they do. So 17 seconds to go. They're going to quickly do a little mini conference there on the sideline. Atascocita has that one timeout left. Wildcats, of course, are out of timeouts. So 17 seconds to go. It is somewhat middle of the hash marks here. Twins flank to either side. Baker the 3rd with one running back flank to his left. So Baker the 3 going to check right, then he's going to go left, and he's going to hit the wrong jersey color as he throws an interception, and he is going to take it out. This is going to be a pick 6 here for Atascocita. You're really seeing the speed there by 9 as he just blazes right by. So literally that was at his own end zone. So that was about pretty close to 100, if not 102-yard defensive interception for number 9. So great job there overall. That's going to be on his highlight reel, that's for sure. The senior Javante Himes, 5'9", 175-pounder. So that takes the clock down to 0. So now most likely Atascocita looking like they're going to go once again for a 2-point conversion. They are already up by 3 full touchdowns, meaning 3 touchdowns and 3 extra points already. All right, so Brown shotgun formation for the 2-point conversion, and he is going to hit 3 in stride far side, and he's going to go in untouched for the 2-point conversion. So now that is going to make it 23-0, in favor of Atascocita. So we're going to take that with him for halftime. So that is going to be the end of the second quarter. So we'll be back right after this for the beginning of the second half.